Prefilters, adding a prefilter field and binding it to a rows part. There is a simple table. I added 4 rows. There can be 4 million of them. If they all load, this table will never be loaded. If we make a paginator, it will not solve the problem of selecting certain rows by some conditions. For example, we need to select those rows that have an indication of an orange either by date, or in intervals from 10 to 40, or some letters. How to do this is explained in this video. This is done through a field in the pre-filter placement. I make this field, let's call it pre-filter 1, and it will just be a string field. Placement will set a pre-filter to it. Okay, save, waiting. Now we've got our field, this block like this. It collapses and unfolds. There are fields here, we can enter some value into it. For example, A. Click Go for the prefilters to apply. The page loads. Here in the address bar are encrypted values of all fields of the prefilter. Those that can be changed and are visible to the user, with a special session key. If you try to follow this link after some time, nothing will work, because this key has a time limit. Then we entered A, but nothing happened, because for the prefill field to work, it not only has to be enabled in the web, it has to be bound to some field in the rows part to know what is to be filtered. How this is done, we take the name of the field that we want to bind the prefiler to, we go into the settings, and this is the setting under the field type where we put in the name of the bound field. We say, OK, here it's reloaded. We have a value of A here, and it selects by full match the table rows. In order to reset the filter, we have to click on the eraser. The prefilter is reset. When the prefilter is empty, the value in it is blank, it doesn't filter anything. Let me add this line here. D. I'll also change it to A, and we'll try again. I enter A. Save. Go. And here we have 2 lines with A. If you disable the web visibility of the prefilter field, the prefilter will be disabled. Here we remove show in web, and that's it, no filtering will take place. The prefilter field is inactive, and even though any codes can be there, the binding does not work. Disabled from web, the prefilter does not work. If you want the prefilter to work, but the user does not see this field, you need to put show in web and need to put visible for roles. That is, we can make the field visible only to the creator and make codes in it. And then for users who do not see it, it will be a hard filter. That is, the table will be visibility limited. There is no way for the user to avoid this filtering. It's on the server side. We will explore this in more detail in the advanced prefilters part. Does the prefilter filter by partial match? No. For example, let's write ABC. Now I already had the filter worked, and the page was loaded. So when the value changed, the row didn't disappear. But when I click Go again, the row with the ABC is gone. Partial match are not handled in the MIT version, only full one. Okay, let's reset. Change ABC to a back again. Next, let's add one more prefilter. Let's call it prefilter 2. For example, we will filter by number field. Make it a number, so we can't enter any string values. Let's filter by number. Let's put a number binding field here. Let's say we want to filter by A and we have 2 rows that fit here. But we'll say 10 in the number bound field. The prefilters work by intersection. And so at the intersection we get one row, that is, the one where A is 10 will be shown. Also, we talked about prefixes earlier. When you create a field, it automatically has a prefix fluid, and I recommend that you keep it that way. That is, if you create a field, for example, in the rows part and move it to the prefiler, there will not be a prefix, but I recommend that in this case you change the name of the field so that it has a prefix. It often happens that fields are done the following way. We take a field, for example a select, we say duplicate and move it to the prefilter, and we get two fields. That is, one with name, select here, and second with name select in the prefilter, but it has a prefix FL. So when we access from codes, we know that this is one field and this is the other. Which one is in a prefiler is clearly understood. I recommend strongly that all prefiler fields have the fluid prefix. This reduces possible coding errors many times over and simplifies testing. That's it. You need to go to your server and practice for a while. If you are already confident that you can do it, the rows are selected, then OK, please go to the next video.